In this video, you will learn two essential things. First, how to write your first CUDA kernel, and second, how to choose the block size, grid size, and thread block size using one simple formula. If you are interested in machine learning or AI, you've definitely encountered the vector multiplication, which is in attention, layer norm, activation functions. It basically is a weight multiplied by an input x. What operations are involved? We use the first element of the weight multiplied with the first element of the input x. And then the second input with the second number. In CPU, how to write this vector multiplication? We need to loop through index from 0, 1, 2, 3 to perform the element-wise multiplication. But on GPU, is there a way to parallelize this to make it fast? Why do we want to parallelize it? If the vector becomes not just 4 element, but 8,000 element, such as 8192, how many steps you need? You need 8,000 steps. How to speed this up? One idea is to launch one thread to compute one element, and the second thread to multiply the second element. Since all of these are independent, we can launch 8,000 threads to calculate this vector multiplication. How does that work? We can write a naive kernel, which using one thread for each element. Since the vector is of size 8192, we spin up 8192 threads, each one computing one element. To translate into CUDA, we define a function called vectmult and launch this 8192 number of threads. What does those two position means? The first is the grid dimension, and the second is the block dimension. Here, the first means the number of blocks. Since we are using one block, and this block has all the element, the block number is 1, and the number of threads within the block is 8192. How to write it in CUDA? Let us start from scratch by defining a file called weightedsum.cu, meaning CUDA. Import libraries, define the function vectmult. We use the global keyword, meaning that this function can be seen by both CPU and GPU. The input is a weight matrix W, which is a vector of size 8192, and then an input of the same size, and then the result. What should the function body look like? Define the thread ID to be just a thread index, which ranges from 0 to 8,000. How to compute the result? Let us define the result to be equal to W times X, using that element multiplied by the element of the same position. Next, how to launch this kernel? Define the main function, launching it with one line with the grid dimension and the block dimension, passing in the input of the device weight, device x, and res. Let us first initialize those variables, which allocate the x, w, and res on the device, which is GPU. And then we launch the kernel. How to check the result? Let's synchronize the threads, which means let CPU wait for this operation to finish, copy the result from GPU to CPU, and print out the first 5 elements from the resulting vector. What does the vector look like? The weight is 0.2, x is 4, so 4 multiplied by 0.2, every element should be 0.8. Let's see what the result will be. Use NVCC to compile the file and then execute it. Hit run. Ooh, we got zeros. But shouldn't the result be 4 times 0.2 of 0.8? What happened? Let us define a function to print out the error, and then after launching the kernel, let's see if the last operation has any error. Compile and launch again. Ooh, we got an error. Invalid argument. We successfully caught this launching error. That means the launch was not successful, therefore the result is empty. What is the problem? After reading the CUDA handbook, we realized that the number of threads on a block is at most 1024. Why? Because each streaming processor has at most a number of registers, and one block will be scheduled on one streaming processor. Therefore, there's an upper limit on the number of threads that can be executed there, and the number is 1024. If we have 8,000 threads, how to solve this problem? That's why the concept of block enters. Instead of one big block, how about dividing this 8000K block into 8 blocks, each of 1000 thread? In the graph, each block has only 1K thread. It can be easily scheduled onto this processor, streaming multiprocessor. Here is the block. And on another streaming processor, we can schedule another block. How to define that in CUDA? Instead of 1 and 8192, we change it to 8 and 1024. 8 blocks of 1K threads. Will this work? Let's write it out. Here, let's change into 8 and 1024. Is it done? We also need to modify the vector mode function. Here, the thread index is no longer from 0 to 8000 because the thread index is within a block and the block is at most 1024. How to solve this problem? In the graph, let's say we want to calculate the index of this thread on this 0, 1, 2, block 2. This should be 1000 thread, 2000 thread, 2000 plus 2, which is 2050, 1024 times 2 plus 2, right? How to get this number? Isn't it the number of threads within a block multiplied by how many blocks are before me? So how do I know how many blocks are before me? We use the block index. So index 2, meaning that there are 2 blocks. So 2 multiplied by the number of threads within a block, which is the block dimension, and then plus the thread index within the block of 2, we will get the real index in the vector. Translating into code, we use the block index, so the number of blocks before me, multiplied by the number of threads within the block, plus the offset of the thread within that block, which is plus 2. Now we will get the number of the correct index. Let's see what the result will be. Will this solve the CUDA launch issue? Wow, successfully we got the correct answer of 0.8. The error was gone, meaning the launch was successful. Now you know that at most we can schedule 1024 threads within a block. But in tutorials, you might see the block dimension to be 512 or 258. So what number should we put here? Here is a formula to calculate the number of blocks we need. As a recap, so the total number of threads is equal to the number of blocks multiplied by the number of threads per block. What is the total number of threads? It is your workload. In this case, it is 8000 for the vector size. This is known. Also, the number of threads per block is also known. The maximum is 1024, and the minimum is 128, which we will cover in the next slide. And now you can calculate the number of blocks you need, which is total threads divided by the thread per block. Here, 8,000 divided by 1024, which give us 8 blocks. Now we can confidently configure our kernel launch as long as those two numbers multiply to the maximum number of blocks, number of threads, which is your workload, your vector size. Should we always use 1024 threads per block? What is the minimum number? The minimum is 128. Why? Because each warp, there are 4 warps per streaming processor, which is the basic unit of GPU, like a core. And each warp has 32 threads that multiply into 128 threads. Therefore, one streaming processor can have 128 threads going on at the same time. On the graph, each quadrant here has 1 warp scheduler. This is the die of A100. Each warp consists of 32 threads at most. Therefore, you get 128 threads going on at the same time. And that is the recommended minimum block size. Of course, you can go below 128 threads per block, and that will leave some functional unit empty and not get the maximum performance. Will the block size affect our performance? Let us try a smaller block size. Instead of 1,000 threads per block, how about 16 threads per block, which is below the recommended minimum block size. So some functional unit will be idle. Let us also add the timing. Let's see how long will this take. Execution time. The execution time is 0.22 milliseconds. Let us record it here. How about the kernel of a block size 1024? Ooh, it's 0.18 milliseconds, which is faster than the small block size. Here we make sure that both numbers multiply into the same 8,000 threads. So it's only the block size different here. But what is the optimal configuration? Should we go with 512, 256, or 128 threads per block? In the next video, we will use NVIDIA Insight to help you decide the best configuration for matrix multiplication. For references and code, see description below. Thank you.